So the real problem with your work is not the price you're selling it at. I mean, that's one of the problems. But your goal is to increase the perceived value in many ways. And so you need to really create and find and search for the market price for your work. And one of the ways you will do that is to go into galleries and shops that you think should be carrying your work and actually talk to them or to look at the work and see how it's priced. A lot of people believe that galleries are just doing a 2-time markup. They are not. Most galleries and shops do a 2.3 to 2.5 markup. And the reason why they do that is that your work stays, in their cases, longer than the stuff that comes from China. It takes a little longer to find the right customer for it. The prices are a little higher, so it moves a little slower. For a lot of retail products, a 5-time or 6-time turn in a year of that object in a store is considered acceptable. For craft, if a retailer gets a 3-time turn on a piece of jewelry that's a pricey piece over $100, then that is acceptable. Okay? If your work does not turn in a store within 6 months, you need to be very concerned that something is not working. It could be where it's sitting in the gallery, it could be the lighting, it could be the fact that you didn't sign it or date it. It could be a lot of things. But you have to find a way to increase the perceived value so that it moves faster in the galleries and shops. Sometimes it's just lighting. So the goal is to move from that retail price that you have been using traditionally into a world where that is your wholesale price or close to it. Of course, volume is going to help you create a business with that. Few retail fairs in this country will allow you to sell your work at true retail value. I think you can probably count them on fingers. If you have to, you may have to add a couple of toes, but it's not more than that. Fewer than 10 shows in the country will provide you with the kind of markup and the kind of profit that you need in order to justify doing retail.
So an example of those shows?
Those shows would include the Smithsonian, Betsy Peavy shows, the Evanston show, the Philadelphia Museum show. Those would be shows that I would consider. There are some very small boutique shows that can do it. There are the shows that are sponsored sometimes by private schools, and there are a few, but only a few. So you're adding your value to your work. Sometimes it may be adding 18 karat or 22 karat to a silver piece that will bring up the price. This is a piece by Sydney Lynch, and she just did a nice little wash of gold on top of the silver, and it increased the perceived value of that piece dramatically. A lot of jewelers are turning to that now in the recession because of the price of gold. All right, so what you want to do is connect with stores that you know can get you the price that you want to get for your work. The attendees at our show include buyers from independent galleries, frame shops that are now converting to American craft because framing is a real problem. The framing business has gone down because of Michael's and Joann's and the competition of the big box chain stores. The museum stores, the jewelry industry is in great flux with jewelry stores, and they must find a solution and a new path. And I think we are part of that new path. Home furnishing showrooms, national catalogs, casinos, cruise ships, and other luxury retailers are attending our show. Wholesaling allows you to put more time into design. And the more time you can put into design and coming up with extensions of your best ideas, the more likely you will succeed. When I see an artist for the first time, I usually see especially a jeweler, I usually see a tray of things that were individually made for different projects that might have been assigned by the teacher, but that there are disjointed things. There's something that looks like a Metcalf, and there's something that looks like, you know, an Ebbendorf, and there's something that looks like a Kreuz, and there's some, you know, there are little things that look like different people's work. But your goal in this situation, if you're going to create a business, is to find a very unique and different path. The more unique and different your path, the better off you are. And in our wholesale show, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for people that have something different to offer.